Welcome to Vic's Pizza, the official, but still unpaid, sponsor of Deviant Racing. We bring you the true flavors of the Italian South. Sunshine, sea breeze, and dough so good, it'll shave a full second off your lap time. Scientific studies pending, but trust us. Forget the nonsense. No chicken-topped abominations, no honey disasters, and absolutely zero skyline weirdness. Just real pizza. Fresh, healthy, and unlike your racing tires, our crust actually lasts. Next time you're chasing speed, chasing flavor, or chasing Deviant Racing's accounting department to finally pay their sponsorship invoice, chase it with Vic's Pizza. Vic's Pizza. Eat slow, go fast.
I love it.
Welcome, race fans, back to Deviant Racing. My name is Webbo, here to join you for today's race, as always. And this is how things are looking in our GTDPRO World Cup Season 4.3 for the start of round 3 of 7. Vic leads the championship on 35 total points, ahead of Preston. Big gap between Vic and Preston, but I think that's down to the drop score situation. We then have Chaotica and Roy Mustang, so 4 different teams represented in the top 4, which is everything that we want to see, of course. Bongan in 5th with Vasyar in 6th. Junkai has 7th place, just about to himself at the moment, ahead of Komakopa and Izzy, with Zen and TX in 10th and 11th. Just below the relegation line, if that means anything anymore, is Xiao's Daddy, and then we have Glovas and Don't Need Time. In the team's combined standings, currently we have cross-border competition on top. With the drop scores taken into account, they have just 1 point ahead of Team Distinguished, with the Rookie Rebels and Drive Through Racing. In 3rd and 4th positions, we have Michelin Speedstars in 5th with Team OG in 6th, and Team Mountain Dew, surprise of everybody so far, to find Team Mountain Dew on just on the bottom of the standings, although level with Team OG, with a drop score taken into account. Hi to Zav, who is joining us to follow along with Vic, which is great to see. Always love to hear who everyone is here to support. That's always important to us here on the channel. So do speak up if you're watching with us live. Be part of today's broadcast if you so wish to. That's exactly what we want to have happening. I can get you trackside, and we can actually see what's going on at the moment. Saito is sitting there in the track, in the middle of the track right now, just in the just to make sure that we get everybody racing. I've managed to set up my track, my current track map on the forward orientation. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to either find a brand new track map sharpish, or I think more sensibly we might count our track number, corner numbers down in reverse today. Hi to everybody just joining us. Of course, we're waiting for qualifying to begin. This is just the practice session, and you can see the atmospherics. You can actually hear the crickets and the background of the Kyoto forest here. If you listen carefully enough, and there's no engines passing at any given point. This is the middle of the S's. This is a really tricky section, and like I say, I'm going to confuse everybody today, I think, by using the corner numbers in reverse. So currently Saito, driving our safety car, is sitting there, and he is in essentially turn 3 down to turn 1 as we get ready for our next run. We've got lots of drivers obviously just getting their car finally dialed in to the racetrack today. This is a fiendishly difficult track, even in the shorter Yamagiwa configuration. This is the longest version of Kyoto, and be incredibly cautious for that hairpin. Although I think the reverse configuration does make life a little bit easier. Those particularly the crucial hairpin that pitches uphill is going to be a lot easier to manage than it is on the way downhill. So that's definitely something to be thinking about out there. We didn't see Captain Badonkadonk in the standings. I'm just going to refresh my mind here. Where is he sitting? I didn't actually get the reserve drivers, so he's back in again in the position. But at the moment, then the Lebanese driver waiting to get underway. That means that qualifying is just about to start. The drivers are ready. We're about 3 minutes behind schedule right now, so we shall hopefully get everybody out on track. This is going to be Chaotica in the Porsche, and a new Capitals livery here for Chaotica to rock for his team. The cross-border competition, they've actually managed to arrange for a Canadian and USA flag on that livery as well. CBC, they're going to be known as, and that's fantastic. So a maple leaf winged bald eagle, I think, is going to be the mascot of choice, and no doubt over the car number of Chaotica as we get ready then for our racing action today. I'd love to hear your predictions. Who is going to be the pole sitter before the end of just a 10-minute qualifying session here? This is Chaotica. He's third on track at the moment. We usually try and hang with the foremost driver in the qualifying session for the first point. Lots of reflections on the windscreen here for Zen to contend with in the Renault. As he heads up into what is turn 11 and 10. Usually a chicane after a hairpin, but actually, given the current this particular configuration, the longest version, with lots of difficult undulation to deal with. Look at the off-camber situation that they're going to deal with here, the drivers, as just the outlap at the moment, and then we go uphill. Usually this is almost a jump on the way to a very steep downhill section. We're actually building the speed into essentially turn 6. This is as we feather off the throttle, try and catch that late apex and slingshot our way through what in most cars is a reasonably flat out, if not completely flat out section. A big lift going on though through turn 4 into 3, and Zen is around. That is a huge deal for Zen. Unfortunately, Vic is flying. Let's see if Vic can get through. Cold tyres at the moment. That might be illegal by the time he actually gets around to doing a fast lap. This is the outlap then for Zen. Larry is saying whoever can set a lap before the time runs out. This track is a long track. Absolutely. As Zav says, predictions on the Italian man out there. So you're gonna pick numero uno or Vic here as we head into turn 19 if you were going the other way around. This is a tight hairpin. We should see some overtaking through here as we then power through in towards turn 18 and 17. There's a big fast chicane here with very high curbs that will spit the car out if you hit them wrong. Through to the second of our hairpins. This is turn 16. As we get our first timing sector update on the lap as well. I think we're looking at, well, it's a very short sector later on in the lap, but this is sector 2 officially as we head down around. Kirk is also cheering on Vic. I have to say, Kirk, on the podcast, I did have to let my son know that there was both a Chelsea and a Red Bull fan, and they were one and the same person on the podcast, and he was very impressed as he shares your allegiances. As we go round onto the right-hand uphill section of turn 12, this is through into the shortest sector you've ever known, sector 5, 106.9 through here. Then the left and right of 11 and 10 before heading into another hairpin, although slightly more open. You'll see drivers protecting the inside through here, I fully expect, on the way into when we're actually into the racing. No doubt as to which direction the track runs with regard to those signs on the outside. Kuroskai saying just do it. Absolutely. Let's go Team CBC for Jim. And Larry, I've got TX or Izzy to finish the race. Well, that's brilliant. What about actually who's going to get pole, guys? Let's talk about that, shall we? As we exit out of the corner now, this is where I think Vic was slightly off the racing line on the way through here last time on this right-hander. He's managed to rein it in, got those tyres working well. Look how much the tyre deg has taken effect already on the soft tyres. That front left is already screaming for mercy. He needs to make this one count. I'm sure he will, because he's been looking pretty quick through here. So Vic's first flying lap then. Vic goes a 2:18.440 and straight back to the pits as Face goes into P2 with Zen in third place. Looks like TX crossing the line. There's a pink car exiting the pits out there as TX goes fourth. As here comes Glovis. He is going to secure, well, sixth for now. Izzy next. Only seventh for Izzy. 2.8 seconds. The driver's just sitting on the outside there. They were warned just before the race here not to sit on pit exit as drivers are firing through. This is Captain Badonkadonk. He went into P5 in the end, and we wait to see. Well, here is Kopa, and he's now on another outlap. Kopa has not actually set a time yet, so that's a big one. Asian Persuasion is Noah from BFR. Says Larry. I don't think we mentioned BFR here. No, we do. So you've got him for pole. Fantastic. Sorry, folks. I just had a black screen for a moment, but I think we're okay. So it's Kopa then in P10 with Bongit not far behind him on the track at least. As we get a good look at his rear view camera on the exit. Dog Eater, exactly, says Gareth. So we are a man of many names, says Larry. Well, yeah, Larry saying he has the weirdest names. Absolutely, completely agree. Agree to that one, definitely. So yes, it's hard to remember everybody's name when they in between different leagues, different sim platforms, and especially when they then use different avatars on YouTube as well. Here is Bonget then, a Canadian. And he gets, this is an outlap for him. I'll try and find you a driver who's actually on a push lap. This is Junkai. That's a good one to watch as we just try and stay within those white lines for track limits. Vic, you're fastest so far ahead of Face and Zen. 1, 2, 3. Vic, a 2:18.440. Yeah, I did get a frozen screen. So let's see what I can do. I'm going to try and switch back and see what happens. My screen is showing A-OK. So if I unplug my screen, things go horribly wrong. I will try and stay with what's going on here, but it certainly seemed like something went very quickly. Audio's good, just the screen. What on earth is going on here? Because everything says everything's working okay on OBS for me right now. Let's have a look. It seemed to go wrong when I pulled the charge plug out of my controller, but why would that have anything to do with anything? So you have no game audio, just my voice. Kuraskai, that's a great comment. Good on you. I can tell you that Junkai is setting a purple lap at the moment. I will try and keep up with what's going on here for a moment as we go into the final corner with Junkai. I wonder if he will, in fact, be able to get a good lap here. The qualifying time is 8 minutes deep as we go out of the final corner with Junkai. And it's a fastest time for Junkai by half a second faster than Vic. So that's brilliant to hear and see. But let's see if bizarrely anything happens if I plug that controller back in. That's properly weird with the picture there. Let's see, did I do anything there? I've got absolutely nothing working. Let's have a look and see if I can make an adjustment here. No, something very horrid is happening. I will try and stay with what's going on. Personal best in the penultimate sector update for Vic, but it's not enough to be purple at the moment. It was less than a hundredth of a second, sorry, less than 400ths of a second on the way through that particular time. He's down just 6 thousandths on his own best time on this flying lap. It's 9 minutes 22 on the clock. As what I might have to do is to just let everybody know that I've got a problem and try and hold the race for the time being. Out of the final corner with Vic over onto the grass. He's struggling here to get the slingshot out. I don't think it's going to be a better lap from Vic. It's better by 35 thousandths of a second only. Faces in the pits. Vic then managing just second place. I'll check in with Zen and see what's happening, but I may have to restart the stream. So you know what to do in that incident is just to refresh and try and find what's going on with the overall stream. I will do my best, but I need to communicate if anyone else can do so to hold the lobby until I can confirm that we've got some motion happening. It's never happened before. It's a very weird one. Well, time is up. No one is going quicker. It's Junkai, Vic and Fasia, the fastest in qualifying so far. And I don't think anything is going to change. In fourth is Zen. Asian Persuasion in fifth with Captain Badonkadonk in sixth place. Comacopa seventh. TX in eighth. Juniors in ninth with Gloas in 10th. Izzy in 11th. Gloas is still pushing, but usually our overage is not sufficient to set a lap. He's still going through the final corner, is Globus. He's the only driver, I think, on a push lap at this stage. Final lap indicator is showing we're about to get to 2 seconds before the 11th minute. I think it's allowed. I think it's going to work. Globus goes sixth. Right at the death of qualifying. Fabulous stuff. So if anyone is connected to the host, please could you let them know that we have a problem and we need to hold the stream until told otherwise. And let's see if I can't get our screen running back again. I think it might just be a stop and restart situation. But the other thing I can do is create a backup. I'm going to go straight, I think, into a straight stream from the PlayStation to make sure that we get our race on. So let's just do that. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and stream this direct from the PlayStation, so we'll make sure we actually get what is going on. Please let me know if everything is a-okay, and you can tune in to what's happening. I will double check on my second and third devices, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out. So I'm going to do our best to get you plenty of action. We'll just have to rename and reprofile everything when we get there. Let's hopefully quite know what's happening there. That's not what I want. So hopefully we will go out to public as we wait for those results. Then I'm waiting for the session to be over. Thankfully things seem to have just caught up nicely for us. So we'll do what we can to get you everything running. I will get you the results on screen and hopefully you will be able to see what's happening. Here it is Junkai ahead of Vic, Fasia, Zen, Asian Persuasion, Glovas, Badonkadonk and Comacopa. And that's 8th place. TX, Junior, Izzy, Chaotica, Bongit and Saito. Well, Preston didn't set a lap in the end, so Preston is starting behind Saito as things stand. I just need to message Saito and make sure that everything is running here, because I can't actually see the second stream up that I have just set going on here. Let's see if I can get that going, or if I have to do a full-on restart of the stream.